Let's get it!
Hi everyone, I hope everyone had a good week of training. I know I did, at least another good week for me. On Monday, the highlights of Monday, you'll be seeing a lot of different clips because at the times that I went, there wasn't very many people, so I was able to record quite a bit this week, and because I'm not teaching the summer phys ed class like I was planning on before, I have a lot more time to go in really whenever I want because I'm unemployed right now until I find a job in the fall, obviously. But I might be looking for a part-time summer job to do because I do have a lot of free time, and as fun as YouTube and all that stuff is, I've only made $200 off it in my life, so it's not really a fiscally responsible job to have, nor is it something that I need to spend lots of hours doing because frankly I can't, because I'm not that advanced at editing and all that stuff, so I have to keep a lot of it simple. But anywho, on to the workouts that I had last week. On Monday, the highlight for me was working up to 390 on squats, which was the first thing the first exercise that I did. And a weird thing that kept happening when I was doing low bar, when I was doing 390, I was doing low bar, it would roll up my back, which didn't make any sense because I was almost like sitting up more and it was almost coming up my back. So I really had to focus the next time I squatted on keeping the bar pulled in, and it's hard to describe, but basically like how if you're low barring, you're pulling the bar down a little bit so it's kind of in your traps. I was really focusing on that pull down with my hands to really keep that locked in a lot more, because for whatever reason it wants to roll up my back, which is really inconvenient when I'm in that middle part of the lift because it wants to just go up onto my neck, which kind of sucks. But when I did all my squats, I had 2 rounds of squats, and because it was Monday, I was able to split it in between 2 days, so I had squats again the next day instead of doing them on the same day. So then the next day I was able to focus on that, and it's been fine since then. I just really have to focus on almost pulling it down into my shoulder blades, and it keeps it locked in. It still has that tendency to want to come off my back, which is weird, but nevertheless it's something hopefully I won't have to worry about too much if I just focus on it. I had squats that day up to 475, nothing crazy there. Bench was up to 235 on Monday, nothing too crazy, and that was all I did, just the 3 big lifts. And I had accessory work, and I pushed that all back to Tuesday because frankly I went on Monday and I believe it was pretty late and I was just tired, so I was like, I'll push it to Tuesday, and I still did the same volume, just split over 2 days. And so the next day I mentioned I had the squats up to 345 on Tuesday, some overhead press, some snatch practice, which I was able to go up to 115, which isn't a PR. I shared before that I did 145. If you follow my Instagram, it's on there. I believe I also shared it on here in a video. I'm not positive on that, so don't be mad if I didn't. But 115 was a PR in the sense where I caught it low, or I was able to catch it low. From the 145 that I did before, it was I guess a power snatch is the way to describe it. I didn't catch it at the far bottom, but also when I posted that video, the girl that I guess the woman, she's older than me, that's got me or invited me to come to the powerlifting gym that I'm at now, wants to teach me or offered to teach me or something as far as that with snatches. So hopefully we can work something out with that, and she can help me develop my skill and strength on that lift, because I think I'll just have carryover in general. And I also want to do Olympic lifting in the future, and plus I like being athletic, and Olympic lifting, it takes a lot of athletic ability, and that's something that I like doing. I like learning new skills, even if it's something I'll never be, an elite person at. I do want to get, respectable at it, and I think I can be very good at the different Olympic lifts, or I guess the 2 Olympic lifts, because I'm very mobile, so I'm able to catch a lot of weight. It's just really the overhead stuff that's going to be more difficult for me, but I'm rather excited for that. And I think this week I'm going to try to work up to a heavy single with cleans, because I think 255 is what I did before, and since I just front squatted 285 for a double pretty easily, I want to work up, see if I can do a little bit more than 255, since my front squats isn't really limiting me right now. It's just how much I can get under the bar, and I haven't tried to max out on power cleans for a while. And it's something like, if I would do 265, it's not, I guess, a true max, because I could probably theoretically do more. Theoretically, it's only limited by my front squat, so I could go until that point, but I don't really generally do that because I don't want to die, and it gets a lot more difficult, and it's not really my focus right now, so it's not really a big point for me to max out on cleans all the time. Every once in a while it can't hurt though, because it's good, because I definitely want to get better at those, and it will only help in the future. But on that day I also did a clean and press with a squat jerk, I guess it's described. I didn't do a split. I just pressed straight overhead, and that's because it's more specific to powerlifting stuff, obviously catching it more in a squat stance, and I'm not really worried about doing the split right now, because obviously if you do a split, it's what more people are efficient at, and you can generally get lower on it. But right now I'm focusing on the ability for me to push weight overhead, and I'm not really worried about the maximum weight I want to do, because I want my overhead press to improve and my overhead pressing anything overhead in general to improve. So I'm not really worried about getting more weight above my head, just kind of being more efficient with the pressing movement. And I think if I get good at the squat jerks, I think that will have carryover if I learn the split jerk to eventually do that in the future. But right now obviously I don't have to worry about that, because I'm just not trying to improve those Olympic lifts too crazily much. Wednesday I did some accessory works, bent over rows, overhead tricep extension, hammer curls. I was at my house that day, so I had a doctor's appointment, I believe. I'm not sure why I was at my house. I was there. I don't know. I was doing something. Oh no, I had to print something. There was the reason. I had to print something for a job interview that I had. So I think maybe I'm just lying to you. I know I was at home. Why I was there, I have no idea. But I just did a couple exercises because I was at home. Thursday was another full day where I did everything, bench up to 255. I was able to do an AMRAP of 5 reps, which my benches continue to feel really, really good, which is exciting. I really can't wait to max out on that, because I really think I can do more than 280 on that, which is really exciting because I haven't PR'd on the bench for a while, and it's really annoying. But it's just one of those lifts that's going to take a while to progress on for me. But my form feels really good. The bench that I use right now is a competition style bench, and it feels really nice. I can adjust how high the bar is from me, so I don't have to worry about reaching up or losing tension in that regard. I can lower the bar as much as I want, so I can keep my wide grip. And it's just everything I do feels really good, and the 255 for 5 felt really good. If I would have had a spot, I probably would have tried another one, but it would have been a grind. And really at this point I'm not worried about trying to destroy myself grinding through too many reps. And then deadlifts, I worked up to 505, and I also got an AMRAP of 5 reps, but it wasn't like I had done before, because I have done 505 for 5 reps before, but I did it with a hook grip, which surprised even me, because my hook grip usually after 2 reps it just feels like crap. And I did this a 505 for 5 with a hook grip with a sumo deadlift before, but I theorized the only reason I was able to do that is because the range of motion was more limited, so the time under tension as far as my thumb goes was less, so I was able to maintain without my thumb feeling like it was going to fall off for those. But I was able to do it for 5 on this day, and that was after doing 2 sets of 2 prior to that, all with a hook grip. So I'm really happy with how my grip's holding up, and it's something that is a variable for me because I don't have any grip strength, so it's really contingent on how good my hook grip can be. But I think my grip strength in general is improving, and so that makes my hook grip even better. And the fact that I can do 505 for 5 bodes really well for me if I try to max out in the future. After that, some close grip benching, 225. I worked up to, I did an AMRAP of 6. It was 4 sets of 4. Last set I did 6 because reasons. Front squats, worked up to 285. If you follow my Instagram, you have seen the 285 video. At least if you look at all my stuff, you could follow me and not ever look at any of my stuff, which I'm sure there's some people on there that do. 150 overhead press again I did 115 for 5 sets of 5. Those are continuing to feel good as well. The big thing for me is since I've been lifting a lot more, still consistently, but I've been focusing a lot on my form, and my form has really been setting in. I think that's been the big difference in the last couple months, really since after my powerlifting meet, is not so much that I'm getting so much amazingly stronger, but my form is feeling a lot better, and the mechanics of everything is feeling a lot better than it had before, so I'm able to focus a lot more on pushing through the motion versus like my mechanics or some sort of fault. I'm able to focus on just the strength portion of each lift, which is, I think, helps a lot, and I'm really excited with the progress that I'm making. I really can't wait to max out again, because I think I can do better than all my stuff previously, at least based on the fact that like when I do 390 squat, it looks faster, feels faster than what I did before. So based on like stuff like that, I'm assuming that I'm getting stronger, but then again, who knows until I truly max out, which right now tentatively, like I mentioned before, will be in August when I do the online powerlifting meet thing. So hopefully I can make progress unto that point, and I want to make a lot of progress on that point, obviously, but there could be something popping up before then, but there's nothing set in stone. And if I would do a powerlifting meet in July or August, or I guess July, because August is when that other meet is. If I do any sort of meet in July, I'm not going to try to cut or anything. I'm just going to go there and try to maybe max out, but be more conservative of everything and not worry about cutting down, because right now I'm like floating around 190, so I could cut down to 181, but I don't really want to do that in the middle of a training cycle, because August is really my focus to do really well then, and then perhaps another meet late in the year. But I want to focus on that meet in August, and I would be open to doing something in June and July, but I don't want it cut down, because that's a pain to do, and I think that would affect my progress, because obviously it's hard to progress when you're cutting down in weight. And then when thinking about July, it's mid-July. I'll be getting the surgery for my gynecomastia, so I will be out of commission for probably like a week with that, but I'm not too concerned with that, because I'm working really hard until that point, and then we'll be taking a week off, just irregardless from heavy weights in general, just so I can fully recover from the surgery and just let my joints and everything catch up with that. Depending on, unless the doctor says I can do light stuff, then I'll come in and do light stuff. But as far as like heavy, doing 390 squats and whatnot, I won't be doing during that week, just so I can allow my body not to die. But the last day of my lifting week, Saturday, I worked up to 345. I did a couple sets high bar, 6 sets of 3 at 345. So I did 3 sets of high bar deep squats, and then 3 sets of low bar with those as well. And those continued to feel good on my back, because I was able to pull down onto my shoulder blades, so it wasn't rolling up my back. And then I had 225 for the bench for 5 sets of 5. I did 4 sets of 5. Last set I did 6. Again, if I would have had a spot, probably would have tried another one, but I'm not too concerned about trying to get too many grinder reps right at this point. Incline dumbbell bench, I did 65 for 5 sets of 10. Dips with 70 pounds, it was 5 sets of 4 with that. It was supposed to be 5 sets of 8, and I tried 70, and I did 1 set of 4. I was really burnt out from the bench prior to that, so I was like, I'll just do sets of 4, because I was too lazy to take off weight once I had it all hooked up on there. Stiff-legged deadlift, I had those as well to 405 for 6 sets of 3 as well. And those, I haven't done in a while. My hamstrings actually got sore from those, and I felt like my back rounded a ton when I was doing those, but then I looked at the video of my last set, and my form actually looked good with them, I was actually really surprised with those. So, and the variations of the deadlift, I'll probably add in a little bit more than I have been. Recently, I've just been deadlifting 3 times a week, just regular deadlifting, maybe some block pulls, or mix it between sumo and conventional, but I hadn't really done too much accessory movements like that, other than block pulls have been the big one. But I think this week it calls for some deficits, so those should be fun to do. I haven't done deficits in a while, and I'm pretty good at doing those. At least last time I did them, I was in the mid 4s with those, and I forget what the reps and stuff that I did with those. But that was really it for the week. I was planning on doing some jump rope and abs, and really I just got lazy yesterday, and I'm not too concerned with going above and beyond a lot of that stuff, because I don't want to get injured, and I don't want to get overuse injuries. And a lot of that stuff is, if I feel good, I'll do it. If I don't really feel like it, I won't, because as long as I do the main parts of my movements, then I'm not really concerned with a lot of that accessory type movements. But for this week, the Monday is a really weird day. It had me working to 3:0. It was about 3:05. I bumped it up to 3:15, so I could put 3 plates on, but it has like a a set of 2, a set of 4, a set of 6, a set of 8, and it's like a pyramid, and then a set of 5 through, and then 3, I think. So it's a pyramid for that, and I'll be doing that for squats and deadlift, and then bench, I forget what it has, but it's basically a pretty typical week of what I had before. I mentioned it's going to have some deficits, which I haven't done for a while, which should be fun to do. I haven't decided if I want to do them with a stiff bar or with a Texas deadlift bar. Probably just do it with a Texas deadlift bar. If any of you have never used it, it isn't really that big of a difference from a stiff bar. I do like it more. Like, I do feel a difference, but it isn't like if you use a stiff bar and then use a Texas deadlift bar, it's not like you're going to jump up crazily with your deadlift. I just feel better with it at the bottom of the lift, getting that tension at the bottom. But once I'm doing reps, then it's essentially the same thing. It really just helps with that first rep. And I'm not sure if I had to use that in my powerlifting meet, a deadlift type bar. I think it was just an Ohio power bar, if I remember correctly. All I know is that the knurling was really good, and for me, because I use a hook grip, if it has good knurling, I could care less if it's a stiff bar, Texas deadlift bar, or whatever kind of bar. But as long as it's got that good knurling, I can get my thumbs locked in, then I'm good to go, and I can pull lots of weight, at least lots of weight for myself. But that's really about it that I have to share with you all this week. Another good week for me, and it will be another good week hopefully this week as I continue to progress. And if I have any other, I guess, life updates, I'll let you know in next week's video as far as me getting a job. I don't know if I really want to, since I'll be teaching for the rest of my life. And this is the last summer where I won't really have to do much during the summer. And I don't know, even if I would have had the summer teaching job, it would have only been to the beginning of July, so it would have only been a month at most anyway, so it isn't that big of a difference between me not having it and having it. Obviously the money would have been nice, but then again, having more time is always nice as well. So I guess if you have any questions or comments about my workouts, or if you have any thoughts about different places I could work as a summer job, an easy summer job, I was thinking of some random place like a Walmart or something, just so I could do something that I'm not going to kill myself working at. Obviously I could find a job in construction or something, but I don't want to do something like that because that would just be really difficult, and I'm really white, so I would burn really bad, which is not preferable to do. And also my back is a variable anyway, so doing all that kind of stuff would put more strain on that, and I want to focus on the powerlifting, but I would like to have some more money as well. So any thoughts regarding that would be quite welcomed as well. And that's truly about it for this video. So as always, thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.